it's like your mom. You're gonna love her no matter what. I'm never gonna not come to this skate park. You know, I've been here for so many years. So, but yeah, she's a little beat up, but I mean, if you can't skate it, then don't come here. I mean, like, if you can't make good with what you have in front of you, then there's no point having it around.
I should do that bigger one. I'll say the bigger one.
Well, the skate park was developed probably about 15 years ago in the late 90s. It's definitely one of our more heavily used facilities, and obviously skating is a pretty intensive use, so it definitely is in need of a facelift, and I believe that that's what this grant was intended to do.
So most of the project is based on a grant we got through the Youth Conservation Corps, and so the grant is for $150,000, but 70% of that grant needs to be spent on employing youth. And the way we wrote our grant, it's going to be youth between the ages of 16 and 25.
Our grant program is based on the Youth Conservation Corps Act. Our purpose is to employ young people in public projects that benefit their community and natural resources.
When Eddie Vargas from NMX approached me, we, at the end of the day, have a very similar mission to keep kids engaged in a healthy activity, and it made very good sense that he was bringing, had the possibility to bring some money to the table where we had a shortfall, and then also a great way to get kids engaged and involved in the park in a positive manner.
What NMX is proposing to do in the next year is to actually restore and beautify Los Altos Skate Park, and do it by recruiting youth that actually utilize the park.
But to me, the thing that's going to make it a success is the fact that the users will be doing the work, and so they will have their blood, sweat, and tears, so to speak, as an investment. And so they'll do their own policing, and they'll make sure that other people and other users respect that property. And that, to me, is what the most valuable part of this grant is going to be.
Now that we have 5 to 7 skate parks within the city, I think we've learned some things and have identified how skate parks can work better. And Los Altos being our first, I think there's some things that can be improved in terms of flow and access.
I find this very exciting because they're going to use the Corps members to, I guess you would say, paint a mural in the bowls of the space, the skate park, and then of course they're going to do a lot of other improvements.
So they're going to learn a lot of construction methods, a lot of painting methods, and a lot of design. And having them do the actual work and murals and beautification of the park, so that they do take ownership and take pride in their park.
It's not major construction, it's not major destruction, it's just addressing those critical things that over time have just become an eyesore, have become, I guess, the norm.
It's a step forward, I see it as. I mean, it's always good. It's a nice privilege. It's appreciated, especially, I mean, with the restrooms. Those things get tipped all the time. I'm like, it's not even a point even using the bathroom here. Just like being out in the wilderness, pick a bush, unfortunately. But yeah, I definitely dig it. It's good for the community. It's better for the kids more than anything, because you'd be surprised. Like, I'm an adult now, so I'm lucky enough to choose and go, or I mean, choose to come and go as I please. Some kids, I remember when I was a kid, I mean, these kids hang out here all day. Like, it's like going to work for them. They're here from open to close when they get a ride or how they're getting a ride. And I mean, for the children, definitely it'd be a lot better for them. I definitely like that idea. But yeah, I mean, she's good, and there's always room for improvement. I mean, it's a step forward for the community in the long runs, which I do definitely back it a lot.